What is poppin', YouTube family? Welcome back. I got some things on my mind today that really got me tripping out here. I be seeing a whole bunch of dudes that just be acting like little boys out here. Like, it is so wild to see how many people out here just be living off the strength of they girls. And they cool with that. And it's a lot of females that be co-signing this shit. It's a lot of females that be like, yeah, I got a man, or my man this, my man that. You ain't got no man, you got a little boy. If you having to call a Uber for your man, he's a little boy. If you able to accept your girl calling you a Uber, you still a little boy. You just replace mama with a female. See, I don't understand how these youngins be out here doing little boy things, acting like they manning up, acting like they the shit, acting like they that G, you know what I'm saying? Because when you really look underneath of everything that's going on, you be doing a whole lot of boy things, a lot of childlike things. Real men move like men. We move like kings. Real men don't ask nobody for shit. Real men move with power. And you can't have power if you can't take care of yourself. If you can't even take care of yourself, how you gonna be able to take care of anything else? Because a real king takes care of everything. A real king has a kingdom. A real king is trying to be a king, trying to build a kingdom. Let me say that again. A real king is trying to build a kingdom. And if you can't take care of yourself, how you gonna take care of others? How you gonna build a kingdom and you still got your girl calling you Ubers? You still got your girl doing this, and that for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's cool to have a partner that's got your back. You know what I'm saying? If anything happens to me, I know wifey got me. Yeah, you know, if it's an emergency situation. But I don't have to ask nobody for nothing. You know, me and my wife been together for 20 years, right? And she got me for everything, right? And I got her for everything. But I still move like a king. I still move like a boss, but I don't need nobody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even need my wife to cook for me. And my wife loves to cook, and she loves to cook for me, so I let her do it. But she understands that I can cook for myself if need be. I can do for myself if need be. I still move like a king even within my own castle. You have to, or it ain't your castle. You ain't the king of your castle if you can't move like a king in there. Your girl is the king. You the queen. I see a lot of situations where dudes think they the king and they try to talk shit like they the king. They try to, you know, you can mac with it, you can pimp with it. But underneath it all, real men see what's really going on out here. A lot of dudes be out here moving like little boys. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was a youngin', I knew what it took to be a man. And maybe that's the problem. Because I think a lot of dudes out here, a lot of youngins, they don't have any male figures, any real male figures in their life to really show them how to be a man. A lot of these dudes, they OGs be little boys too. If your OG is in a gang, he a little boy too, because he need a gang to survive. He wasn't on his own. He wasn't his own man. He wasn't solo. He had to go and join a gang and be a part of a street family. He had to go and be a part of something. Real men ain't got to be a part of nothing. We move by ourselves. We handle it by ourselves. We go dolo if we got to. Majority of my life has been dolo. I don't like asking nobody for shit. I don't ask nobody for shit. I can't remember the last time I asked anybody for anything. Anything. It's been over 20 years. I ain't never had to ask nobody for nothing in so long. It would look crazy to have to do it now. So I constantly got to stay on my grind, constantly got to keep my castle together. You know what I'm saying? So I never go backwards. I ain't never going back to when I had to ask for a handout. And I've been in some low places in my life, and that shit destroyed me as a man. I see people, they ain't got no problem living off of grandma, asking mama for some money, asking they girl, call me a Uber, asking my girl, asking your girl to buy you some weed and shit like that. Like, come on, man. This shit crazy. I think it's the lack of fathers and male figures in these people's lives that's like this. You know, that's the reason why it's like this. Because when I was young, I mean, when I was a kid, I was surrounded by great men. Everywhere I turned, there was great men, great uncles and great grandfathers and just great fathers, great men. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I turned, like even the women that I grew up around, my godmother and them, you know, my mom's, like, even when they had boyfriends, when I was a shorty, and they would be at the parties and stuff, and I would sneak out the room, these were still great men that was putting me on to like real game. Shit that stuck with me to this day. They rough me up, put me in all kind of wrestling moves and make me scream uncle, trying to toughen me up. You know what I'm saying? They were preparing me for manhood, you know, in the second grade, in the first grade, third grade. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I moved away from a lot of these people, or some of these people passed away, it was already in me what it took to be a man. So when I had my first son and I was young, 21, you know, I did everything it took to take care of my son's mother and my son. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary, make it happen as best I could. Even though I had no experience in nothing, I was one of the best fathers you could ask for, right? But I was still young and dumb, but I still handled shit like a man. You know, I didn't run back asking my mama for nothing. I ain't asked my dad for nothing. Had my dad was right there, 30 minutes away. Never asked for nothing. You know, I had uncle in Chicago who had money. Never asked him for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And ever since that moment, you know, I always carried myself with that pride of a man, you know, always having that pride of what it took to be a man. Always holding myself accountable. Never crying in pity, never asking for handouts, always trying to figure out how to survive as a man. And by the time I turned 27, when I went through all my little trials and tribulations and I met my wife, the reason that she married me was because she saw the kind of man I was. She saw the integrity that I had. She saw the character that I had. She saw how well-rounded I was. She saw how well-spoken I was. She saw how much of a G I was. She saw the struggle that I went through. But she saw that I was on a mission to build something bigger. She saw that I was trying to build a kingdom. And she knew that I was ready to be king status. And we built it from the mud. And now when you look at 20 years later, we have a kingdom of people, like some of the most amazing people that I've ever met in my life is in my circle. Like, you know, you gotta weed out the snakes and the haters that comes with anything when you're building. But to look back on it now, it's so amazing at everything we built. And majority of those moves that we made and a lot of the things that we built, majority of it was her doing her thing as a queen, knowing her role and playing her part to the fullest, sacrificing to the fullest, and me being a man and putting everything and everybody else before me, taking care of my kingdom first. And then the king gets the glory at the end. So, on that note, strive to be a king and everything will come into place. But it takes sacrifice, discipline, and it takes being a man. Put that childish shit behind you. Stop fronting, stop faking, stop letting your girl be your mama, and be a man and be a king out here because the kids are watching. Until next time, I holla 100.